A deadly, majestic cavern, filled with razor-sharp, treacherous giant crystals.
Look at this!
It's way cool, huh?
Holy smokes!
Are there other marvels that match its beauty and punishing heat?
I love this place. No matter how hard it is to work in here.
A team of scientists and explorers risk their lives to find out.
Kind of like the little thing in the back of your mind saying, go check it out, go check it out.
They uncover other lethal, stunning caverns. And they stumble upon an unexplored mystery, hidden deep beneath the surface of the Earth.
Hey guys, I got some.
45 degrees Celsius, 90% humidity. The crystal cave does not want you there, and it will kill you in a matter of minutes. And yet there are people who are willing to risk their lives to understand this breathtaking and mysterious place. The Crystal Cave is located in a tiny Mexican mining town called Nica, 250 kilometers south of the U.S. border in the heart of Chihuahua. Located 300 meters underground in a colossal lead mine, the Crystal Cave remained hidden for over 500,000 years, until it was accidentally discovered by miners in 2000. In 2008, a team of scientists and explorers unlocked some of its mysteries.
I can't imagine once we get in there.
I think this is it.
Yeah, I can feel the temperature.
2 years later, another team has come back for one final expedition.
Okay, this is the entry point of this beautiful cave that we are about to enter. When you go inside, breathe slowly.
The cave can kill a human being in 30 minutes. They're required to enter without protective suits for just 5 minutes to test their physical limits in the deadly heat.
Safety is the most important thing in this cave.
The team is monitored from mission control to see how they react in their 5-minute exposure test.
Oh, this is incredible! Can you imagine what the guys who discovered this must have thought? Wow.
It is a visual marvel unlike any other.
I can't believe how hot they are. It's incredible.
You can see, Sarah, you can see fluid emissions. You can see some. This is incredible.
It goes all the way back there.
A gigantic crystal cathedral created by nature, completely defying our understanding of what things on this planet look like. An alien world, right here on Earth. The cavern is the size of a football field and about as high as a 2-story building. Some crystals are 11 meters long and 55 tons, as high as telephone poles, and 100 times as heavy.
You know what's amazing is there's no small crystals. All of these crystals are born big.
The team starts at the door. Beyond it is what's called the forest. A number of upright, pillar-like crystals.
Be careful.
They descend 15 meters to the center of the cave, where there is a deep depression and the best view of the entire cavern.
I thought that they would be all growing up from the floor.
Yeah.
But all of these guys in here are growing from every surface.
Yeah.
25 meters to their right is a sheer crystal face. At its top is a tiny passageway that will be their main objective.
Wow. It looks like ice.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
The 2008 team discovered a crevasse that appeared to lead to another crystal cave, but failed to penetrate it. The new team will focus their efforts to see if another majestic cavern awaits discovery.
It's amazing that you can see they're growing in every direction.
Apart from the goal of discovering a new cave, the team believes their expedition may even blaze the trail for a better understanding of life on Earth. After 4 minutes in the cave, their hearts are racing like after a fast sprint, but will not slow down in the heat as the organs scream for more oxygen. Sweat does not evaporate from the skin, so they are literally poaching in their own body heat. After about half an hour, they would all be dead.
All right, I think I've reached my limit.
Okay, guys. Okay, en la puerta. Sandra, no avancen más de la puerta.
What's your head, Victor?
Sandra!
Vital signs are taken. If anyone gets a dangerous reading, they can be banned from the cave for the day, or for good.
You can feel my heart pounding and all the blood vessels in my face. You can feel...
You're not at the heart.
As the explorers make their plans in the hottest cave on Earth, others seek to find another crystal cave from the surface. Mark Beverly is a climber and rescuer. He's brought a hand-picked team of explorers to investigate a 600-meter deep hole in the desert. The mine calls it the Robin Hole. It's an 8-foot-wide ventilation shaft that extends to the bottom of the mine. And somewhere inside may lie another crystal cave that no human being has ever explored. In 2009, the mine drilled this gigantic shaft to cool the hot tunnels below. A camera attached to the drill bit saw a cavern about 150 meters down. The poor video showed what looked like a giant crystal. Beverly's job is to figure out a way to get down the Robin Hole to see if another undiscovered crystal cave awaits.
Oh, yeah.
From the surface, the Robin Hole doesn't look all that impressive, but it goes 600 meters down. Over 1.5 times deeper than the Empire State Building is tall. Any fall spells certain death. The unexplored cave sits at approximately the same depth as the Crystal Cave. Is it possible that the two caves are connected? The climbing team is determined to find out. The hunt is on. Teams above ground and below the surface now have clear missions, and there's danger at every turn. And there is one last twist. The Crystal Cave may soon be underwater. Enormous pumps built by the mine keep the cave dry at a rate of 4 million liters per hour. But in 2008, mine authorities indicated that they might turn those pumps off.
Okay, let's go.
Not only is this mission dangerous, it could also be humanity's last chance to explore this underground marvel.
Look at this!
This is way cool, huh?
Holy smokes!
For the scientists, the quest to unlock the cave's secrets is now a race against time. The first mission on this 2009 expedition to the giant crystal cave is to explore the mysterious crevasse that has proven to be the cavern's most deadly impasse. Explorers believe it may lead to another crystal cave. This crevasse also nearly took the life of one of the original team's explorers. Tullio Bernabe entered the cave with a cameraman to test the suits and respirators. As the two explored the cave, Tullio decided to cross an impasse by himself to investigate the crevasse. He saw that the cave kept going, so he went in further. Much further. When it was time to head back, his respirator failed. He was on his own. No one could see him in the cave. He stumbled back to the cave entrance, his brain nearly failing, his heart nearing cardiac arrest from the punishing heat. Bernabe barely escaped with his life. This time, NICA project caver Mario Corsellini will explore the same crevasse that nearly killed Bernabe. In his protective suit, he will have 45 minutes before his life is at risk. To study the deadly passageway, the technical team has created a remote camera arm.
Correcto.
It can look in places human beings can't.
Abajo.
And send high-definition images back to mission control for analysis. Corsellini makes his way to the crevasse. It takes about 5 minutes for the experienced caver to climb the sheer crystal at the upper reaches of the cave, in a deadly place that is furthest from the entrance and rescue. The opening here looks like a shark's mouth. Beyond it, a world only seen by a handful of daring explorers and never filmed.
Aquí estoy. Buena luz. Y esta es la entrada por donde quieren revisar.
Corsellini steps into a dazzling corridor lined with razor-sharp crystals. It's a disorienting, maze-like place.
They're all jagged.
Yes.
They'll chew you up. They'll chew you up good.
But it appears to be a tunnel. He explores a series of tiny passageways, seeking another cavern. The tunnel is 5 meters long, 2 meters across, and lined with crystals. At its end is a wall of crystals that, if it can be climbed, appears to lead to a black void. Another cave? Scientists Victor Torres and Sarah Poirier want to explore the new passageway and test the limits of their equipment.
Sarah, come over here, grab this one with your left hand. Come up, foot here.
Yep.
And then here.
Okay.
They discover just how treacherous the climb to the crevasse is. It's an obstacle course of jagged crystals that can cut through skin.
Stand here. Up.
Broken and uneven crystals on the cave floor means moving in the heavy suits is all but impossible. Finally, the scientists reach the crevasse. Hotter than the Sahara, more humid than the Amazon. A deadly combination, unlike any place on Earth. 50 degrees Celsius and humidity near 100%.
Wow, oh my God, look at this.
This is way cool, huh?
Holy smokes. This is
What's that, Gary?
amazing. It looks like an ice cave.
Corsellini is all but exhausted. Physical movement in this heat, wearing a 20-kilogram suit, is all his body can bear. They can last just minutes longer. Just long enough to get a sense of an unexplored visual marvel that may well be the passageway to another crystal cave. It appears to go on for about 5 meters and then opens up. But to what?
Tenemos 9 minutos más. Repito, 9 minutos. Vamos muy bien.
Sarah, we need to go now.
Time is up. The 3 explorers must now make their way back to the control room.
Gonna go this way, okay?
Yep.
Foot here, move that way.
Yep.
Then foot here.
Okay.
They learn an important lesson. To get to the crevasse, you have to reserve enough energy to get back
Can
down.
I take your hand?
Close. Move now.
Yep.
The door is just 30 meters away. It might as well be 500.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm glad I'm out though. I think it was at the right time. Another minute or two, I would have been having problems.
In mission control, Sarah Poirier's vital signs are closely monitored. She's been pushed to the physical limit. But she's seen with her own eyes what the team came here to determine.
Thank you.
There's a tunnel up there. Where it goes is the next deadly mystery to solve. As the explorers finish the first stage of their mission, Penny Boston and colleague Mike Spildy ready for their own treacherous venture into the cave's deadly heat. Boston is looking for life where no one would ever suspect life could survive. In 2008, Boston found bacteria trapped in fluid inclusions, tiny air pockets that formed when the crystals were growing. She reanimated the bacteria, brought them back to life. They were unlike anything else ever seen on Earth. Her work sheds light on the existence of life on other planets.
And just keep it down like that when you pull it out. And we'll light it.
Oh, set my drill on fire. That can't
Flaming
be
drill.
Now she's trying again. This time she wants to sample deeper from a crystal, with the aim to retrieve a more complete sample of bacterial DNA.
What do you think?
Yeah, let's go for it.
I think so.
The crystals are soft as human fingernails, so easy to drill. But that same softness can make it hard to reach a fluid inclusion without contaminating it.
I can see water coming up into it. I think it was a juicy one.
Good.
All right, fire up.
The clock is ticking.
Es tiempo de salir. Repito, es tiempo de salir.
Finally, success.
Perfect. Love it.
The team makes the way back towards mission control. But it's clear Penny Boston has pushed herself to the brink.
Love you.
At first, she seems okay.
We just pushed with a sterile awl. We couldn't get the lighters to work. We rubbed it off on Crystal, and then finally Oscar got a flame and we sterilized it. I thought we were gonna have to come back out. I was nearly in tears.
It's a complete equipment failure. Trying to get it open.
Did your first thing put you over the edge?
Yeah, it was really too hot at the end. It was her gift to us. I don't think I'll ever be back in there again.
Penny Boston is the team's most experienced caver. It's a sobering lesson for the others, who are beginning to understand the deadly risks of exploring this unforgiving cave.
I shouldn't cry more, I'm wasting fluid.
And the real dangers still lie ahead. NICA project climber and rescuer Mark Beverly now prepares to see what marvels may await him on a daring descent into the unknown. It's a perfectly straight ventilation shaft called a robin hole that drops 600 meters to the bottom of a mine. A cave has been detected at 150 meters. A drop equivalent to climbing down a 50-story skyscraper.
Swivel just a tad, because I'm gonna move this leg off the steel.
A tripod feeds all the ropes to the bottom for climbers and gear. To drop down a rope 50 stories alone in pitch black with no chance of rescue if something goes wrong. The time has come for a first attempt.
Fully weight this system, lower out.
By dropping straight down the middle of the hole, Beverly hopes to avoid cutting the rope on sharp edges. An accident that he would not survive.
Big drop, big hole.
100. 110. Beverly is now approaching his target.
What do we got here? We got a bit of a jog. Looks like a cave possibility, maybe. Hey guys.
Go ahead, Mark.
I got some.
All right, let us know, sir.
Holy, it's a cave.
Beverly is met with a blast of heat that immediately fogs the lens.
It's a steam bath if you go like 1 foot outside of the hole.
The Robin Hole is an air shaft designed to cool the mine. No one had anticipated the cave would be so hot. He clears the lens and keeps it from fogging by staying in the cool tunnel.
It's amazing. I poke my head marginally outside of this hole and into the cave, and it's extremely hot.
What's your definition of hot?
Like, wow, it's warm.
Copy that.
So check this out. So as soon as I grabbed the first stone, it felt like it was radioactive. It was so hot. I don't know how far this pocket goes. It looks like it's about a 20-degree angle off axis from horizontal. I'm gonna continue on down.
Beverly detaches from the rope. From here on in, he's on his own.
Covering the wall. Pull up on your light.
There is no way of knowing what he is seeing. No way of knowing whether he is trapped or even killed. Finally, a signal from below.
Up we go. Look at that, that's sweet.
And the long wait as the winch pulls Mark the length of a city's skyscraper to the surface. An anxious team waits to find out what he's seen.
10 meters.
Hey, man.
Oh, yeah, buddy. That's freaking awesome. 3 feet, 2 feet, 1 foot. Stop. All stop.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, exactly. Right here. Wow.
How you doing, buddy?
Oh, awesome. There's a small cave in there, yeah. It's about, I don't know, 1.5 meters high, and then it just goes back and you can't see the end.
Wow.
The team knows that they have just scratched the surface. Tomorrow they will go back to determine if this unexplored cavern leads to another crystal cave. They will risk their lives to find out. Now the NICA project scientists in the Crystal Cave begin the search for viruses in this deadly, hot environment. The biologists believe the viruses will be found in water, and there's water everywhere in this mine complex. Huge pipes and pumps redirect 50 degrees Celsius scalding water out of the mine. They go to a place the miners call hell. It's at the mine's deepest point, more than 500 meters down.
We're going to collect some small water samples first from the pipe, from the wall back there, from the floor of this pool, and also some black stuff from the back wall.
Okay, so be careful.
She doesn't want me to wash away.
They have chosen not to wear the bulky protective suits, sacrificing a longer mission time for speed. This gives them less than 5 minutes to work. After that, their bodies can no longer cope with the heat. Toxins attack the brain. Organs fail. The race is on to collect water and soil samples for the scientific team to analyze. Severe tremor sets in as Wingett's body overheats.
This is water from one of the drips that was coming off from right above where I collected the wall sample.
Vámonos.
There you go.
Time is up. They have to go. But these explorers are pushed to their physical limits. It will take hours for their core temperatures to return to normal. A makeshift lab is set up on the surface. Here, the water is filtered down and viruses captured. When the results come in, the team hits the jackpot.
So, we are just full of viruses.
Let me see,
Excellent.
let me see.
Excellent, take a look.
There are as many as 10 million viruses in a single milliliter of this water. Far more than the team expected to find in such a hostile environment.
So we'll definitely be able to get DNA out of those babies. Yes.
Yay.
These samples will be taken back to the lab for full DNA sequencing. Meanwhile, at the Robin Hole, Mark Beverly prepares for a second descent, this time with the film crew, in an effort to return with images from down below. Beverly's not crazy about the idea of taking 3 extra people down to a potentially dangerous cave.
That's all right. We're good. We're ready for a lower.
Even for his experienced climbers, it is a tremendous risk. Everything depends upon his planning.
How you doing, man?
A single mistake spells certain death, plummeting 600 meters straight down. Tensions are running high as cameras and crew make their descent. This time, the objective is to get deep into the cave and see if it leads to another crystal cavern. A black, unknown cavern awaits below as the surface world disappears.
Yeah, big hole. It's amazing.
150 meters. 10 minutes. A winch built for dragging giant trees now holds the lives of 5 men on a single 1-inch rope.
Yeah, there you go. This is it.
We're in Nika Mountain. Big cave. So Justin's entering the cave right now. So take a look at it. Watch this. So if you can see Justin.
Angie, this is Justin. Go ahead and lower approximately 5 feet. 5 feet. All right, Manuel. I'm gonna give you a belay off of this and pull you in. All right, Manuel, we're gonna need you to stop filming for a moment and crawl on in.
Wow. Holy smokes, huh? Check this out. We've got a fairly significant wind right here of convection going up this tube. It's 1,500 feet. All the way from the top to the bottom. We're about 450 feet down right now. And you can see the condensation dripping from the interface of the two temperatures of the air.
The explorers fear that the impact of the drill, which discovered this cave, could have created giant, deadly cracks, dropping off into the abyss.
Our end time.
Our end time was 21:29.
The temperature is 45 degrees Celsius. It would kill them in half an hour, if not for the nearby relief of cool air at the Robin Hole.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
If the Crystal Cave is heaven, this place is hell. No sign of giant crystals, but everywhere there are other marvels, unlike anything ever discovered on Earth. Tiny filament crystals that look like fiber optics. But these are made by nature, not man. A single breath could destroy them forever. The edges of the cave are covered in cauliflower shapes, often seen in other caves, but not on this scale. They resemble coral, an unlikely sight in a desert cavern.
There's lots of little broccoflower crystals everywhere, not just on the top, but also on the bottom. And so this is as far as we go down. There's also some very fine crystals that appear to be selenite crystals. So it looks like if you could get down further without disrupting any of the crystals, which obviously we can't, it looks like it pinches off and it might go down there, which means if it, when in caving terminology, if something goes, that means the passage continues.
Some of the finer crystals grow in bundles and clumps, looking more like creatures than mineral formations. It's a whole new world, not like any world we know.
These are delicate features. Look at this. Look at that.
Despite its incredible heat and because of its unique white shapes, the team decides to call it the Ice Palace. The team seeks a passage at the rear of the cave to see if it leads to another crystal cavern, and is met with a blast of hot air.
Wow. I've got active air blowing across my face at probably 10 miles an hour. Gary, this is absolutely awesome.
It's insane. If I move my head up like this, I can feel air move out of that hole and hit me in the face.
Yeah, it's running right along the top of the cave.
This is how this cave is heated.
Drop your head, you don't feel it.
Right. So I don't feel it right now, and then I feel active air movement.
It's coming out of the hole.
Yeah.
They wonder if this is the path to a crystal cave.
Oh, no way. Yeah, don't kill yourself, dude.
A path filled with countless magnificent chambers.
Mark, be careful, man.
But each one deadlier than the last, further from escape to cooler air.
50. 1-5.
From this point on, Beverly documents what he sees with a personal video recorder.
Absolutely crazy. We're in a really tight crawl space and this thing goes.
The ground is hot.
It's very warm.
The heat blasts in at 15 kilometers per hour from some unseen source beyond.
This is absolutely amazing. I'll take a peek this way. Oh, Mark, this is crazy. This is gorgeous.
It's hot. We're about to point or turn around.
Okay.
I'm burnt. Gary's burnt.
The tunnel drops to another cave. Exploring it is impossible. It is too hot, too cramped, too dangerous.
All right, well, let's go.
If there is another crystal cave, they would die trying to find it this way. Their work continues, collecting more samples for the scientists to analyze.
These are all crystals. You can see there's some dirt that's been stuck on them, but they're very, very opaque. Crystals, and they're running along a fault line.
Time is up. The crew now returns to the world at the surface.
Back to the boring old sea, man.
The scientists ask Mark Beverly to bring his team down to see if their climbing expertise can be of help in the deadly tunnel that they think leads to another cave. Together, they will try to unlock the cave's final secrets.
And then what I'll do is I'll have the box and I'll be able to look and I'll say, move right.
Beverly will use the remote camera to probe the tiny access ways that lead off the tunnel. The climbers decide that they will wear ice vests, but no protective suits. They believe the suits will only slow them down. They will sacrifice safety for speed.
All right, well, let's roll.
Time for a first push. These explorers know that if someone slips and is knocked out, there is no hope of rescue. They reach the end of the tunnel. Without respirators and suits, it is a race against time. The climbers have marked the area with their gear, but now they are disoriented. The crystals and bore holes look the same at every turn. It's a 45-degree claustrophobic house of mirrors.
Where are you going? Up there?
That's where I left the bag?
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure. Right there. Okay.
I'll have you go. I'll bring you back.
Okay.
See right there? Yeah, I'm in the roof.
Heck, we didn't even go to this the last time. I went down there. I didn't see it. That goes to the mirrors. This way. Yes, this way.
After 10 searing minutes, they abandon the mission.
So there's several holes, some dead end, and it's we want to make sure we.
They return to mission control, exhausted and defeated.
Good job, man.
Beverly is daunted. The theory of traveling fast and light didn't work.
We are ready to go.
After a day's rest, a second attempt. This time, the explorers wear no ice at all, despite the lethal heat. They beeline straight for the hole that they believe is the best way to find another crystal cave. Beverly is certain he can see a passage at the bottom of the hole.
We got crystals straight in front of us. We got lots of heat, of course.
Keep going, I'm looking on the viewfinder markers. Go down, but you still, it looks like about 1 to 2 feet that you need to extend it inside of the cave.
Sounds good.
Okay, lock it down.
Okay, here we go.
That's a good shot.
Okay, I gotta tighten the stuff. Let's stay with us going upside down.
Okay.
Up. Just a peek down again.
After 5 punishing minutes, a tantalizing clue. In the top right corner of the passageway, a void. This looks to Beverly like a passage to another cave. This access way is too small for human exploration.
Okay, good. Anything else? That's it.
Negative.
I think that's it, guys. We're done. That was intense. It was intense.
Yeah, all right, everybody broom.
You could, and it's up to your left. Just take your time. Watch your groin, watch your ribs. You can easily break a rib on one of these things.
But Beverly feels within reach of solving the mystery that there is another crystal cave.
Give me an idea how wide is that that void there.
It's only like 25 centimeters by 25 centimeters area, you know. Not enough to crawl through. It's a possibility. It's indeterminate, let's call it that. So it's not positive, it's not negative, indeterminate.
Indeterminate means, even if there are other caverns connected by air shafts, no human explorer can go further. But it was worth the risk to explore beyond the crevasse. New, wondrous crystals are discovered in this passageway, not seen or filmed on previous missions. A sword-like one that the team dubs Excalibur. It would be a centerpiece in any museum. Here, it is just a curiosity. Another crystal on the floor that is like a perfectly cut gem. And all around, walls and pillars of pristine crystals that rival those in the large cavern down below. The mission is done. Now everyone returns to the original crystal cave for one last visit, to say goodbye as it may soon be gone forever. Even if the Ice Palace cave does lead to a series of other caves, it too is no longer an option for future explorers. The mine has decided to cover the Robin Hole. No one will ever explore the Ice Palace again. This may be the last time anyone will see these natural wonders.
I love this place.
But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Soon the crystal cave may return to its natural state underwater. The crystals may continue to grow, perhaps to be rediscovered at another time. Sometimes, the best things on Earth are the things we leave alone.
Mm-hmm.